Boys and girls, this is an Arnold Lobel book called Frog and Toad All Year. Arnold Lobel is the author, that means he wrote the stories, and he's the illustrator. So he drew all these lovely pictures too. And I'm going to open it up. You've got a contents page here, and I'm going to be reading down, I'm going to be reading The Surprise. It's on page 42. So I'm going to go find page 42. It's kind of near the end. And here is Frog and Toad's The Surprise. It was October. The leaves had fallen off the trees. They were lying on the ground. I will go to Toad's house, said Frog. I will rake all of the leaves that have fallen on his lawn. Toad will be surprised. Frog took a rake out of the garden shed, and you can see him here. Toad looked out of his window. These messy leaves have covered everything, said Toad. He took a rake out of the closet. I will run over to Frog's house. I will rake all of his leaves. Frog will be pleased. Frog ran through the woods so that Toad would not see him. Toad ran through the high grass so that Frog would not see him. Oh, I think they're going to miss each other, and they're doing the same thing for each other. How sweet. Frog came to Toad's house. He looked in the window. Good, said Frog. Toad is out. He will never know who raked his leaves. It's going to be a surprise. Toad got to Frog's house. He looked in the window. Good, said Toad. Frog is not home. He will never guess who raked his leaves. Oh, they're thinking the same thing. Frog worked hard. He raked the leaves into a pile. Soon, Toad's lawn was clean. Frog picked up his rake and started home. Toad pushed and pulled on the rake. He raked the leaves into a pile. Soon there was not a single leaf in Frog's front yard. Toad took his rake and started home. So in this picture you can see them both collecting the leaves of their friend. How sweet. Oh boy, a wind came. It blew across the land. The pile of leaves that Frog had raked for Toad blew everywhere. The pile of leaves that Toad had raked for Frog blew everywhere. Uh-oh. When Frog got home, he said, "Tomorrow I will have to clean up the leaves that are all over my lawn." How surprised Toad must be. Uh-oh. I don't think those were the leaves. I think they blew over. When Toad got home, he said, "Tomorrow I will get to work and rake all of my own leaves." Oh boy. How surprised Frog must be. Oh boy. That night, Frog and Toad were both happy when they turned out the light and went to bed. Oh, how sweet. They did this wonderful thing for one another, and they both didn't realize that the leaves flew into each other's yards. Oh, good night, boys. And that is the end of The Surprise.